Hello there again, Red Redhawks. This is your assistant principal, Dr. McGuire. Just wanted to spend a few minutes going over our expectations for our pod areas. We know that we're using them a little bit differently this year, but it's still important to have another review of what our expectations are for our pod areas. First and foremost, and this one really applies across many settings, phones, make sure that they are turned off and in your backpack at 8:15 when you come in the building. And then they stay in your backpack until the end of the day around 3:30, where you can then again check your social media, check any text message or anything you may have missed. But those phones need to be off and in your backpack throughout the entire day. So make sure that we're carrying through and following through with that. Also, we want to maintain appropriate language and noise volume with having all of our students integrated back together to 5-day in-person instruction. We know naturally the noise level is going to increase, but you can do your part. You're not shouting across the pod or in our hallways. Maintain that inside conversation level voice as you're holding your conversations. And of course, making sure that those topics are appropriate. I gave another example as if it's a conversation that you're having that you wouldn't want mom or dad or another relative to hear, then it's probably not appropriate to have that conversation here at Redling. We also need to make sure that we're respecting our pod area. We do have students working out there occasionally, maybe on a project or an assessment or making up work. Please leave it as you found it, or do your part in picking up and making sure that it's neat and organized, throwing things away so that it looks nice and neat and it's inviting and for each of our pod areas. Listen to directions from adults. That kind of goes with being respectful to your peers and adults. They will give you directives here and there. If they have questions, please make sure that you're doing your part in following their request. And finally, make sure that you enter and exit the grade level doors that would be adjacent to your pods. I know we have outside passing periods, so really that 6th to 7th grade, 6th graders are coming downstairs, and 7th and 8th graders are going out their respective doors. But another reminder is in the morning or throughout the day, make sure you're in the pod area where you have one of your classes. I know there's an opportunity to wander, and we want to reduce that. So if you're in a pod where you have one of your classes, that's great. Have your conversation there, get to class, but don't wander or venture off into another pod where you're not going to being late for class or it's not a spot where you have one of your classes. All right, if we can do our part and hold each other accountable, I think this will be a terrific end to our school year. Thanks for your help.